Namaste. Oops. Yoga Sutra, Book 2, Sutra 30. Okay, here we go. Namaste. Tatra ahimsa satya satya brahmacharya parigraha. Ahimsa satya satya brahmacharya parigraha. Yamaha. Tatra ahimsa saivata saivada saivaputana manapidroha. 사이바푸다나 마나피드로하흐 우드따레자 야마니 야마스타는 무라 스타스타트 스드티 파라타야이바 야마니 야마스타는 무라 스타트 스드티 파라타야이바 야마니 야마스타는 무라 스타트 스드티 파라타야이바 Number 2. Dayang. Okay. 야마니 야마스타는 무라 스타트 스드티 파라타야이 파라타 what is it? 파라타야 야마니 야마스타는 무라 스타트 스드티 파라타야 야마니 야마스타는 무라 스타트 스드티 파라타야 타토 프라티파다나야 프라티파디아는테 다다바다 타루 파카라노 야오보빵디아는테 다데바다 타루파 다다바 I need to, you know what, this is so fuzzy. Let me double check before I go on further. Okay. 다다바다 타루 파카라노 야와 다다바다 타루 파카라노 야오보빵디 다다바다 타루 파카라노 야오보빵디 야는데 따탕 조그타무 삼 카레바얌 브라흐마노 야탕 브라타니 바후니 사마디트 사테 따탕 브라마다크로테피오 힘사니다네피오 니발타마 나스타메바 바다 타루파 마힘삼 니발타마 나스타메바 바다 타루파 마힘삼 가로티 사티암 타탈테 방음 마나세 야탕 드러셔탐 야탕 누미탐 야탕 방음 마나시자티 바라트랑 스바보타 삼그라는 따에 바구크땅 상 야디나 반치땅 프라는 땅 프라티파트티바는 티앙 프라티파트티 Okay. Ban pavediti Ishwa seva puto pakara tam pravaratan na puto pakai Putopakhataya Yadi Jaivamapya Pitiyamana Putopakhata Paraiva Syanana Satyam Pavata Pameva Pavatana Punuya Pasana Punuya Puratiru Pakena Kashitam Tamaha Prapunuyat Tasamat Pare Kushuya Saivaputa Hitam Satyam Bruyat Sutayam Sutrapul Vakam Drabyanam Paratah Sivikaranam Tata Pratishwatah Punarasa Puraharu Pamasatayamiti Brahmacharyam Kuputanandriyasyo Pasatasya Samyamaha Pipayana Maljana Rakusha Pipayana Maljana Rakusha Sanganga Himsa Dosha Sadarshana Dasu Vikarana Mapari Kuraha Pipayana Maljana Rakusha Sanganga Himsa Dosha Sadarshana Pipayana Maljana Rakusha Sanganga Himsa Dosha Darshana Dasu Vikarana Mapari Kuraha Ityate Yamaha Namaste. Of these, abstinence from injury, and from falsehood, and from theft, and from incontinence, and from acceptance of gifts are the abstentions. Of these, abstinence from injury means the abstinence from malice towards all living creatures in every way and at all times. And the other abstentions and observances are rooted in it. Insofar as their aim is the perfection of it, they are taught in order to teach it. And in this sense it has been said, surely this same Brahman, in proportion as he desires to take upon himself many courses of action, in this proportion refraining from heedlessly giving injury, fulfills abstinence from injury, in order to give it the full character of its spotlessness. Abstinence from falsehood means speech and mind such as correspond to the object intended, and speech and mind corresponding to what is seen at or inferred or heard. If speech is spoken in order that one's own knowledge may pass to someone else, it should not be deceitful or mistaken or barren of information. It should be used for the service of all, not for the ruin of creatures. And even when used thus, should it be only for the ruin of creatures, it would not be an abstinence from falsehood, it would be nothing less than wrong. Insofar as there would be a false kind of merit, a resemblance of merit, it will become the worst of evils. Therefore, let him consider what is good for all creatures and speak with abstinence from falsehood. Theft is the unauthorized appropriation of things of value from another, while abstinence from theft, when free from coveting, is the refusal to do this. Continence is control of the hidden organ of generation. Abstinence from acceptance of gifts is abstinence from appropriating objects, because one sees the disadvantages in acquiring them, or keeping them, or losing them, or in being attached to them, or in harming them. These then are the abstentions. Okay, Veda next. Thank you. Okay. Mic check. Okay, cool. Veda, Book 3, Hymn 50. Namaste. Inandraha Sevaha Pibatu Yasya Soma Agatya Dumuro Purushapo Marutubane Arubiachaha Punatame Piranen Nairasya Punatame Piranen Nairasya Habisetanen Baha Kama Muratiaha Te Sapariu Javase Yunajimi Yayoranu Pradivaha Shiroshertu Imabaha Ihan Devan Teyulharayaha Soshipran Biban Devasian Soshutasian Janroha Gopil Mimikushum Tatire Suparaminandram Jiaishutuyo Yang Tayase Gurunonang. I'm gonna check that later. I think I did it right. Manandana Somam Babi Bam Rodri Shenen Rodri Shuinen Samasama Piam Rodri Shuinen Samasama Piam Purutai Gai Vishanuya Imam Gamam Manandayang Gopira Shijai Shijanandra Batang Ratasang Papratashi Sivariavo Mati Pisutu Piam Biprang Inendraya Pahaha Kushika So Akrane Shunam Huvema Makabana Minendra Masaminam Pare Nirtamam Pajasatao Sharanam Banandam Mugaramu Taya Samatasu Kananan Tam Pratranui Samjitam Tananam. Namaste. Oh yeah, I wanted to check GI. I think it's GI. I haven't seen that in a long time. GI 53. GI. Yep. Okay. GI. I think I got confused because the following character. GI should to you. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let Inandra drink all hail, for his is Soma, the mighty will come, girt by Marut Siddhar. Far-reaching, let him fill him with these viands, and let our offering sate his body's longing. I yoke thy pair of trusty steeds for swiftness, whose faithful service from of old thou lovest. Here, fair of cheek, let thy bay coursers place thee. Drink of this lovely well-effused libation. With milk they made Inandra their good preserver, lauding for help, and ruled the bounteous reigner. Impetuous God, when thou hast drunk the Soma, and raptured to send us cattle in abundance. Would kine and horses satisfy this longing, with very splendid bounty still extended. Seeking the light with hymns to thee, O Inandra, the Kushri gods have brought their gift the singers. Kaviam Makavan, auspicious Inandra, best hero in the fight where spoil is gathered. The strong, who listens, who gives aid in battles, who slays the Vrutras, wins and gathers with riches. Okay. Upanishad next. Okay. Chanandogi Upanishad, Book 5, Canto 7. Namaste. Purusho Baba Gautama Ganisatasya Bhagava Samita Prano Tumo Jihval Chitchakushurangangarah Jihval Chitram Jishicam Jihval Chitchakushurangangarah Shrotaram Pesapulingangarah Dasamina Naganel Devan Ananam Juhuvati Tasyan Ahute Rataha Samampavati Purushvo Van Gautama Ganisatasyan Bhagava Samita Prano Tumo Jihabai Jishachakushurangangarah Shrotaram Visapulingangarah Dasamina Naganau Devan Ananam Juhuvati Tasyan Ahuterataha Samampavati. I read it twice. It's so short. Iti Sapatamaha Kanundaha. Namaste. Men, verily, O Gautama, is a sacrificial fire. In this case, speech is the fuel, breath the smoke, the tongue the flame, the eyes the coals, the ear the sparks. In this fire the gods offer food. From this oblation arises semen. Okay. Next is Mahabharata. Thank you. Okay. Mahabharata. The Bible, Book 1, Chapter 48, and 53 in the English translation. Here we go. Namaste. Vishanaka Uvacham Saipasatare Tadan Rajinyaha Vananda Vayasya Ti Mataha Janame Jayasya Ke Deva Sananurta Bijaha Paramarshaya Ke Sadasyan Papu Bushijan Saipasatare Sudarunue Vishoda Janane Dialtam Vishoda Janane Dialtam Pananaganam Mahapayet Saivam Visitarat Visuddhara tasatata Pavan Shamsitu Marhati Pavan Shamsitul Marhati Pavan Shamsitu Marhati Salpasatra Vitana Jinyam Vijinyaya Sute Hi Sutajam Sutan Ubanjam Hanantante Katai Shuyami Namaniha Mani Shuinwama Ye Ratbijaha Sadasyan Shechan Tasya Sanandara Patte Sutadang Tasya Sanandara Patte Sutadang Tatran Hotang Papu Bata Brahmana Shechananda Pai Gavaha Javanasyan Baye Jataha Kyato Pedavidam Paraha Udagantam Brahmano Buddhate Vidavana Gautasarya Jaiminiha Vidavana Gautasarya Jaiminiha Vidavana Gautasarya Jainin Vidavana Gautasarya Jaiminiha. So weird. Vidavana Gautasarya Jaiminiha Brahma Pavacha Chai Ungarabo Brahma Pavacha Chai Ungarabo Brahma Pavacha Chai Ungam Brahma Pavacha Chai Ungarabo Atavaril Botabing Ungalaha Sadasya Sheja Pavadebhya Saha Putra Shishuya Sahayavan Udadan Lakaha Shamatakaha Shivataketa Shivataketu Shijan Panchamaha Asito Devala Shijan Ivan Naradaha Bhavatasatatan Atreyaha Gunanda Jataro Divijaha Kutui Kata Satatan Pantusiyaha Shrutashrava Purutatasatapaha Savantiya Yashi Lavana Kahodua Devashayma Cha Maudugaliyaha Shamasau Paraha Ete Janye Cha Bahavo Brahmanoha Shamshita Vrataha Sadasyan Aphavam Sitatra Satre Parikushvitasya Sorry Juvatu Saburata Bhikkhushvataya Juvatu Saburata Bhikkhushvataya Juvatu Saburata Bhikkhushvataya Tadang Salpasatre Mahakratau Ahayaha Prapatam Sitatra Koraha Puranui Paya Bahaha Pasamedo Bahaha Kuyan Naganam Sampurapatitaha Babao Ganantashecha Tumulo Tahiyata Manisham Tadam Patatam Jaiva Naganam Tishitvitanam Tatamam Bharat Ashuru Yatanisham Shabudaha Pachyatam Jagunina Purushama Takushakasetu Sa Nagenandraha Puramdara Niveshanama Kataha Shurutavaivan Rajanam Tikushritam Janame Jayama Tataha Saivam Yatha Vuratatama Khyaya Pujagotatamaha 아가츠차츠차 아가츠차츠차라눔 피타 아가스크르트방 뿌람다라무 다미는드라흐 브라하 수프리토 나타바스티하 타쿠쇼감 파얌 나게는드라 따스마드바이 살파사트라 뜨까탄짜나 프라사디토 마양 볼밤 타발타야 피타마하흐 따스마드 타바 파얌 나스티 비에투메 테 마나소 주바라흐 에바마 쉐바 시타스테나 따따흐 사 부자고트 타마흐 우방사 파바네 따뜨라 샤크라시야 무디따흐 수키 아자스람 니파타트 스바그네오 니파타트 스바그네오 나게슈 푸르샤두 허키타흐 아르파셰셔 파리바로 파수키흐 파리야타피아탐 가시말람 자비샤드 코람 파수킴 바느나게시바라무 사 둘나마나 흐르다요 파기니 미다마브라비트 다히아는 땅은가니 메 파드레 디쇼 나 파티파는 띠짜 시다미방짜 삼모하드 쿨너티방짜 메 마타흐 드르셔뚜이 프라마티 메티방 흐르다얌 디리아티방짜 타피슈여 미아바쇼디아함 다스미는디 부테 비파바사오 파리쿠슈이 타시양 야진요사오 발타테스 마즈 집캄 사양에 발타테스 마즈 집캄 사양에 벽다 발타테스 마즈 집캄 사양에 벽담 마야피 가는타비암 베트르라자 니베샤나무 아얌 상깔라흐 삼프라부토 야달타마시 메스바사흐 자라트카로흐 부렁 따뜻땅 상 드라히아스마는 사마는 타반 드라히아스마는 사반 드라히아스마는 사바는 타바는 드라히아스마는 사바는 타바는 드라히아스마는 사바는 타바는 오케이 세티카흐 길랑 야지냠 땀 발타는 땀 포자고드 땀엠 파라티슈에트 시아티 맘 볼밤 스바야마하 피타마하흐 따드바트세 브루히 바트 삼세방 구마람 버르드타 삼마따무 마마디아 뜨밤 사프르티아시아 모쿠슈울 탐 베다비트 따마무 Namaste. Hello, Ralph. Chanukka asked, why great rushes became the Riprijas and the snake sacrifice of the wise king Janamejaya of the Panandava line, who also became the Sadasyas in the terrible snake sacrifice, so frightful to the snakes, and begetting such sorrow in them. It behoveth thee, O child, to describe all these in detail, so that, O son of Sutra, we may know who are acquainted with the ritual of the snake sacrifice. Sauti answered, I shall recite the names of those wise ones who became Dhamariks, Riprijas, and Sadasyas. The Brahmana, Jandavargava, became the Hota in the sacrifice. He was of great reputation, and was born in the race of Jyavana, and was a Brahmana, foremost of those acquainted with the Vedas. The learned old Brahmana, Gautusa, became the Udagata chanter. Jaimini became the Brahma, and Sharangangarava and Pingangala became the Attavaryus. Vyasa, with his son and disciples, Ududalaka, Brahmataka, Shitaketu, Pingangala, Ashita, Devala, Narada, Bhavata, Atreya, Gurundojatara. They didn't put any accents in there. The Brahmana Kaikhata, Vatasya, or Shrutashrava, ever engaged in japa and the study of the Vedas. Kohala, Devasaima, Maudigalya, Samasaurava, these and many other Brahmanas who had crossed the Vedas became the Sadasyas in the sacrifice of the son became the Sadasyas in the sacrifice of the son of Parikushui. When the river Rijas in that snake sacrifice began to pour clarified butter into the fire, terrible snakes striking fear unto every creature began to fall into it. And the fat and the marrow of the snakes thus falling into the fire began to flow in rivers. And the atmosphere was filled with an insufferable stench, owing to the incessant burning of the snakes. And cries also were incessant of the snakes falling into the fire, and of those in the air about to fall into it. Meanwhile, Dakushoka, the prince of snakes, as soon as he heard that King Janamejaya was installed in the sacrifice, went to the palace of Puranandara. And that best of snakes, having represented all that had taken place, sought in terror the protection of Inandra, after having acknowledged his fault. And Inandra, gratified, then told him, Thou prince of snakes, Dakushoka, here thou hast no fear from that snake sacrifice. The grandfather was pacified by me for thy sake. Therefore thou hast no fear. Let this fever of thy heart be dispelled. Savati continued. Thus encouraged by him, the best of snakes began to dwell in Shakara's abode in joy and happiness. But Vanasuki, seeing that the snakes were incessantly falling into the fire, and that his family was reduced to only a few, became exceedingly sorry. And the king of the snakes was pierced with great grief, and his heart began to swim. And summoning his sister, he spake unto her, saying, O amiable one, my limbs are burning, and I no longer see the points of the heavens. I am about to fall down from loss of consciousness. My mind is turning, my sight is failing, and my heart is breaking. Benumbed, I may fall today into that blazing fire. The sacrifice of the son of Parikushui is for the extermination of our race. It is evident I also shall have to go to the abode of the king of the dead. That time is arrived, O my sister, on account of which thou wert bestowed by me on Jaratagaru. O protect us with our relatives. Thou best of the women of the snake race, Asatika, shall put an end to the sacrifice that is going on. The grandfather himself told me this of old. Therefore, O child, solicit thy dear son, who is fully conversant with the Vedas, and regarded even by the old, for the protection of myself with those dependent on me. So I got interrupted again. Okay, that's it. Oh well. I was having fun. I'm not supposed to have fun, I guess. People are so just jealous and envious. Or just evil, I guess. I don't know. They have issues for sure. Alright. Kalki Purana next. Thank you. Okay. It's really, really late. I don't know why I'm being interrupted at this time. Okay, it's pretty long. Wow, 51, 52. Okay, so this could take like an hour. Good timing. It's half an hour only. Namaste. Here we go. Sutan ubancham tato vishunuha saivajishunuha karekiha karekabina shanaha kalayama satam senam karinui miba kesari senanganganam tam rati sangangarakusho rati sangangarakushatim rakata kata basatram vivarutorumatyam palayatim charupiki nakesham Bhikkhu jatim prahasa kalkina yakah re baudutah ma palayatvam vivaltatvam ranonganganwe yutyatvam paurusham satu kalshayatvam punalmama jino hinabalah Kopat Kalkera Kalnuya Tadavachah Pratiyodutum Purusharutah Kangangachal Mataro Yayao Purusharutah Kangangachal Mataro Yayao Nana Prahara no Peto Nana Yudhatabhisharadaha Kalkina Yuyute Tiro Devanam Pismaya Bahaha Shulena Duragam Hatvan Kalkim Panuena Mohayana Gridui Korotya Drutam Pumelna Shakat Tolana Drataha Jino Vishivam Param Jinyatavan Grotha Kulita Lochanaha Jichuchedasya Tanutranam Karkeha Shasatrancha Danasa Dasabat. I'm sorry, too close. Vishakayu Popi Tata Hitasya Gadaya Jinama Mulchitam Kalkimadaya Lilaya Ratamaruhat Labutha Samjinyasudata Kalkiha Sevakot Sahada Yakah Samutpatya Rathat Tasya Nirupasya Jinama Yayao Shulabhyatam Bihaya Jao Mahasatata Vasatarangangamah Ringanganoi Pramanoiha Pada Vikushwepa Hananai Muhuha Pada Vikushwepa Hananai Muhuha Tanundo Kataiha Sato Kushwepao Pail Bauduta Sena Ganonantare Sato Kushwepao Sata Kushwepai Baudu Sata Kushwepai Baudu Sata Kushwepai Baudu Tasena Ganonantare Nijakana Lipuna Kopa Chata Shota Sasrashaha Vishiva Sava Tairu Dui Bisheba Saba Dairu de Duya Bisheba Saba Dairu de Duya Ketchid Tana Devipanan Tare Patana Hasatya Shavarata Samambata Hasatya Shavarata Samambata Hasatya Shavarata Samambata Patitan Ranamul Dutani Galgio Hanat Shashirtui Shatam Palgiah Kotui Shata Yutamu Bishan Lasutu Sasranam Panchabisham Ranuet Varanu Ayute Deve Jakana Jao Putra Pyam Sahitah Kabih Dasharakusham Tatan Prajanyah Panchalaksham Sumanantrakah Jinam Praha Hasanan Karekisatish Twagre Karekisatish Twagre Mama Tulmate Daivam Mam Bidati Saivatra Shupha Palapa Pradama Shupha Pala Pradama Shupha Pala Pradama Madhaban Jala Binan Nangango Madhaban Jala Pinan Nangango Nihusangango Yasi Kushoyama Na Yavat Pashya Tavat Tevam Manantu Nam Lalitam Mukama Karakeriti Ritam Shruttavan Jinaha Praha Hasanan Bali Daivam Tevadroshyam Shansutrete Matoya Murari Korataha Pratyakushovan Dino Baudatan Bayam Yuyam Brata Shramah Yadi Van Daivaru Pasitavam Yata Pyagare Satitan Bayama Yadi Patitan Si Banoi Kaisitadan Baudatai Her Gimatrate Banoi Kaisitadan Baudatai Her Gimatrate Sopan Lamampam Devayang Kyatam Devayava Sutu Satiro Pavam Iti Grotad Banojalai Her Karakim Korai Her Samabaronot Santu Banamayam Baisham Kushoyam Niniel Kabad Timama Niniel Kabad Tina Niniel Kabad Timama Brahmam Payavyamaganayam Paljanyam Janyadayutam Karkel Darshana Matreno Vishpalanya Pavan Kushanot Ratoshore Bijamuputam Danamashrotriye Yatan Vishnu Satam Tubeshod Pakatiriana Kurata Pieho Karekisutu Tam Purushorutu Mabaputiya Kache Grahit Tatasatao Patatul Pumao Tamurachu de Vivan Kurutan Patitevan San Karekikacham Chagraha Tatakaram Kare Tatah Samututitao Biagrao Yatan Janura Keshavao, Kruta Hasatao, Kruta Kachao, Rakusho Viva Mahabalao, Yuyutante Mahavirao, Jinakariki Nira Yutao. Tataha Kalki Mahayogi Pada Katena Tatakatwima Vipajya Patayama Satalam Matagajo Yata Jinam Nipatitam Terashatava Baudita Ha Heti Chukurushuha Kalkeha Senagano Vipran Jaharushulni Hata Rayaha Jine Nipatite Pratan Tasya Shudutodano Bali Padacharo Gada Panuiha Karakim Hanantum Drutam Yayao Kavisututam Bana Vaishoiha Parivarya Samanan Tataha Jagalja Paravirakno Gajama Vratia Simhabat Gada Hasatam Tamalokia Padatim Sa Talmabit Gabiha Pada Digo Gada Panuisatata Gada Panuisatasatel Shudutodana Grataha Sang tu Shudutodana Satena Yoyute Pi Mabikramaha Gajaha Parti Gajaneva Dananda Piam Sagada Bupel Yuyuta Te Mahavirao Gada Yutata Visharadao Gurta Prati Gurtao Matatao Nadanantao Pairabana Rabana Gabisitu Gadaya Gulbian Shudutodagana Danagada Shudutodana Gadam Nadana Garadapas Yanshu Daya Savaya Bakushosiata Doyana Bakushosiata Doyat Gada Katena Nihato Viraha Shudutodano Puvi Patitivan Sa Sotata Yatam Jakane Gadaya Punaha Samta Duitena Tena Pi Shirasa Sutaman Pitaha Gabiha Na Papata Satita Satatram Satano Badabihu Balanandriyaha Satano Badabihu Balanandriyaha Shudutodana Satama Lokia Mahasaram Ratha Yutaiha Prabhratam Tarasa Maya Devi Manetu Maya Yao Nyasyan Paishanamatreno Deva Suranadayaha Deva Suranaradayaha Nihasara Pratimagaraha Pavananti Puvanashrayaha All the time shouted Todan All the time shouted Todana Diagre shouted to yeah, it's late. I don't know why there's people outside. I hope they're not angry at me, you know. So I'm being interrupted. I just want to do my thing. I don't want to be interrupted. I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want anybody to bother me. I don't want to bother anybody. I just want to do my thing. I just want people to leave me alone, and if they want to pay attention, do it silently, pay me some respect, because if Prabhupada was doing this, I think people will be a little more quiet, because it's an insult when somebody's reciting Sanskrit and interrupting it on purpose, if they're doing it on purpose. I wouldn't have said anything, if it didn't affect my Sanskrit, but it did affect me negatively. My Sanskrit just went down by 75% because of the interruption. So, I don't know, I gotta do what I gotta do. I don't want people to pay attention to me at all. I think people should do their own thing unless they could be silent and quiet enough to listen to me. Otherwise, they shouldn't pay attention to what I'm doing at all. It's wrong. It's an insult. Namaste. All the time, shout to dana diagre, shout to dana diagre, gratava, damagrataha punaha, yodutum samagata, mulacha chakot lakashashata ibrata. Simatva jota titaratam peruka kagano borotam peruka kagano borotam Seva satra shasatra jananim shadvaika parisabitam nana rupam palavatim Triguna vyakti lakusho shvitam Triguna vyakti lakushvitam Mayam nirikushuya puratah Kalki senai samapatat Nihasarah pratimakarah samasatah shasatrapanoyah Kalki setana lokya nijana pratrajanyati suhrajana janana pratrajanyati suhraj pratrajanyati suhraj janat yeah, it's really bad. Pratrajanyati suhraj Pratrajanyas. I think I'm supposed to live with other Brahmanas and not Vaishyas or something. Because Vaishyas will not understand what I'm doing, and if they're insulting me, they'll just make me stop, and that's really, really bad on their part, because now they're risking their entire race. Okay, here we go. Kalki setana lokya nijana pratrajanyati suhraj janana pratrajanyati suhraj janana. Yeah, I can't do this. See, I want to curse. I want to make people die. I don't want anybody else to die. Pratrajanyati suhraj janana mayayan jayayan jilnana Vipurasit tadagratah Vipurasit tadagratah Dhamma lokya vararoham Shri Rupam Hariri Shivarah San Puriyava Dhamma lokya Pravishutva Tasya Vigrahe Dhamana lokya te Vaudatan Mataram Katitan Barah Rududuha Samkasho Dinah Hinasava Balapaurushwah Hinasava Balapaurushwah Visamaya Vishitamanasah Gavan Katayamata Buruvana Kalki Samalokanena Samutthapya Nijana Janana Ishantamasimādāya Mulachana Hanantum Mano Date Sadanadatam Duragarutam Durutta Hasata Trutta Saruma Suragarutam Durutta Hasata Trutta Saruma Tanuni Shangangamani Tanuni Shangangamani Sham Ma Bana Jala Prakashitama Trutta Hasatatanu Trano Gotanganguli Birajitama Trutta Hasatatanu Trano Gotanganguli Birajitama Mekopari Upatatarapam Mekopari Upatatarapam Damshana Sabana Binundura Damshana Sabana Binundukama Kirito Kotu Ivanyasatan Manuiraji Birajitama Kirito Kotu Ivanyasatan Manuiraji Birajitama Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanando Hasara Samanandirama Sa Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanando Hara Samanandirama Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Samanandirama. Almost done. Wow. Even with all the interruptions, I got to do it pretty quickly. I just wish people didn't bother me, you know. People always bother me. I don't know why. They just bother me. They just have people who bother me are all criminals. They're all murderers and they're all rapists. So I don't know. Like, I don't know why are they murderers and rapists? I have no idea. Namaste. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Sa Manandirama. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Samanandirama. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Samanandirama. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Samanandirama. Yeah, this is really bad. I can't do it when there's humans around. The humans they're not intelligent. They're not intelligent. They're ignorant. They're not intelligent at all. They're anti-Sanskrit. They're anti-Aryan Sanskrit. I must push through even with the human's IQ is incredibly lower than mine. So you're bringing my IQ down, then I can't speak Sanskrit. That's why I don't want people to interrupt me when I'm reciting Sanskrit, or else somebody else might die. This Sanskrit could kill you if you're a criminal. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Sa Manandirama. Oh man. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Sanamanandirama. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Samanandirama. Kamini Nayana Yeah, it's I don't know. Dear God, please let me study in peace. Please let me study in peace, dear God. Please let me recite Sanskrit in peace. Please let me study Sanskrit in peace, dear God. Please, dear God. Dear God, I'm asking you that I study Sanskrit in peace without anybody's interrupting me. It's an insult. Their whole family will go to hell if they don't be careful. I ask you in King Yahusha's name. Amen. Okay. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Samanandirama. Kamini Nayana Nananda Sanandohara Samanandirama. Bipakusha Pakusha Bikushwa Pakushwa Patataruku Shokato Kushokama. Bipakusha Pakusha Bikushwa Pakushwa Pataruku Shokato Kushokama. 니자 파크타 잘로룰라 사삼바 사짜라 너문 부자무 니자 파크타 사노를 니자 파크타 자노룰라 사삼바 사짜라 너문 부자무 니자 파크타 자노룰라 사삼바 니자 파크타 자노룰라 사삼바 짜라 사짜라 너문 부자무 니자 파크타 자로 니자 파크타 자노룰라 사삼바 짜라 너 짜라 사짜라 너문 부자무. Yeah, my IQ just got brought down by a half. You know, this thing is hard enough. Like, you know, you have to leave me the fuck alone. You have to leave me the fuck alone. You have to leave me the fuck alone. I don't know. They're not gods. Humans are not gods. And they look down on you. That's the worst part. They look down on you, you know. They're the stupid ones. Okay, I hope nobody interrupts me. Because, you know, unless their whole family wants to go to hell, it's just, I don't know. Humans are stupid. 니자 파크타 자노룰라 사삼바 사짜라 너문 부자무. Almost. 니자 파크타 자노룰라 사삼바 니자 파크타 자노룰라 사삼바 사짜라 너문 부자무. 니리 구쇼여 까를 김때 마우드타 스타트라 수탈마는 디까허 마니는 딕 니는 다까허 마우드타 스타트라 수탈마는 다까허 마우드타 스타트라 수탈마니는 다까허 자허라 슈허 수라상은 카허 케 야가 호띠 호따 샤나허 수발라 밀라 하셔 나 하셔허 수발라 밀라 나 하셔허 샤투르 나 샤이까 딸셔허 사마라바라 빌라 사허 사투사트까 라까 샤허 스바자나 도리따 할뜨땅 지바자 따시야 팔뜨땅 라짜야뚜 꾸샬람 바허 까마뿌라 바따라허. Okay, I got through. Oosh, that was very difficult. It was easy when there weren't humans around, but, you know, it's like 3 a.m. making noise in the hallway. Namaste. Iti Shri Kalki Purano Bhagavate Bhavishoye Dviti Yamshe Baudata Yuduto Nama Sabatamo Tiayahe. Namaste. Oof. It doesn't have to be this hard, you know. I just want to get through my stuff. Doesn't everybody have their own stuff? Your stuff, my stuff. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is the last of book 2. Okay. Sudasa, desirous of conquering all and destroyer of sins, Lord Vishnu in the form of Kalki was surrounded by the army of Jina in the same way as a lion ambushes a cow elephant. Kalki challenged the retreating army of Jina, which was streaming, was scattered like the untidy hair of a woman, was wearing red clothes soaked in blood, and was looking as if interested only in sexual pleasures. O Buddhists, don't run, don't come back to the battlefield, fight and show your valor properly. Hearing these words of Kalki, Jina, without valor but in anger, riding a bull, holding his sword and shield, went forward to fight the enemy in the battle. Armed with different types of weapons, adept in various armaments, the patient Jina engaged the Kalki in battle that astonished even the gods. Jina injured the horse with a spear and made Kalki unconscious with arrows. Thereafter he tried to lift Kalki from the ground and take him away, but was unsuccessful. At that time, Thinking that he is Kalki who maintains the world, Jina, filled with anger and with red eyes, tore the armor and weapon of Kalki like a common soldier. King Vishakayupa, hitting Jina with his mace and lifting the unconscious Kalki with alacrity, climbed onto his chariot. Gaining consciousness, Kalki, encouraging his entourage, jumped from the chariot of King Vishakayupa and ran towards Jina. Unmindful of the pain inflicted by the spear, the valorous Kalki, having jumped from the chariot with sure-footedness, constantly moving, kicking, hitting with sticks, and pulling the tresses, killed hundreds and thousands of enemy and Buddhist groups in anger. Some, due to the force of his breath, flew to other islands, and some, along with elephants, horses, and chariots, fell in the battlefield. In the battle, Galgia killed 60,000, Palgia 1 crore 10 lakhs, and Vishala killed 25,000 of Buddhist soldiers. Gabi, along with his two sons, killed 20,000, Prajinya 10 lakhs, and Sumanantaraka 5 lakhs of enemy soldiers. Thereafter, Kalki said with a laugh, "O fool, keep standing before me. Know me, destiny, the giver of fruit of all good and bad deeds everywhere. You, being pierced with my arrow, will go alone to the other world without any friend or relative. Till then only you may see their beautiful faces." Hearing these words of Kalki, the strong Jina said with a laugh, "Gods are invisible. Our scriptures also accept the non-existence of the invisible. We Buddhists believe in facts only. Your people labor unnecessarily. If you are God that is invisible, then we are standing before you. Even if you kill us with your arrows, do you think that other Buddhists will accept you? Whatever you have said insolently may remain with you. Have patience." Saying this, Jina showered the fierce arrows on Kalki. But Kalki nullified the shower of arrows just as the sun destroys ice. All missiles, including Brahmastra, Agneyastra, Vayabhyastra, and Pajaniyastra, were instantly disarmed by Kalki with one glance alone, just like a seed sown on infertile land, donation given to an undeserving, and the devotion of Vishnu done with vengeance of gentlemen. Kalki sprang and caught hold of Jina, who was riding a bull by his hair. Then the two of them, in anger, fighting like two red-crested cocks, fell to the ground. Having fallen to the ground, Jina also caught hold of Kalki by his hair and hand. Having risen, they started fighting, grabbing each other's hands and hair like two strong bears, just as the valorous, but without weapons, Kuroshino and Janura fought. Thereafter, Mahayogi Kalki, with a kick of his foot, broke the back of Jina, just like a masked elephant fells a palm tree. Seeing Jina fell, the Buddhists started lamenting, "Ha, ha," while the army of Kalki and the Brahmanas celebrated the defeat of the enemy. On the death of Jina, his valorous brother Shuddhodana rushed on foot with a mace in hand to kill Kalki. But the terminator of brave enemies, Kavi, showered a rain of arrows around him and roared just like a lion roars after cornering an elephant. Seeing Shuddhodana with the mace in his hand and infantry with him, the righteous and mace-wielding Kavi faced him. Fiercely valorous Shuddhodana fought with Kavi just as an elephant with its tusks fights with his opponent. Valorous, expert in mace wielding, returning each stroke, intoxicated with enthusiasm, roaring and screaming fiercely, they too fought. Kavi fell the mace of Shuddhodana with one stroke of his heavy mace, accompanied by a roar, and struck him on the chest in return swing of the mace. Having fallen to the ground on being struck with the mace, brave Shuddhodana suddenly got up and hit Kavi with his own mace. On being hit with the head by Shuddhodana, Kavi, though did not fall, but with anxious senses remained standing transfixed like a pole. Having seen the extraordinarily valorous Kavi surrounded by 10,000 chariots, Shuddhodana went hastily to bring Maya, by whose glance only the denizens of the three worlds, gods, demons, men, etc., all become mesmerized. with Maya in the forefront, the relatives of Shuddhotodana, with millions and trillions and thousands of barbarians, returned to fight. Riding a chariot with the banner marked with the lion, surrounded by jackals and crows, manifesting all types of weapons and being served by 6 enemies, Maya came to the battlefield. The army of Kalki fell on seeing Maya, who could take many forms, was very strong and capable of manifesting herself 3 times the normal form. Wielding weapons in their hands, all the warriors of Kalki became mesmerized into powerless statues. Seeing his brothers, relatives, and friends being made powerless by Maya, his wife, the all-pervading Kalki, stood in front of them. Vishnu, the Lord of all in the form of Kalki, seeing Lakshmi with the beautiful hips, and she returning the gaze and recognizing him to be her husband, merged with him. Not finding their mother Maya, the Buddhists with sorrow, having lost their valor and manhood, started wailing in groups. The flabbergasted Buddhists started crying, "Where has she gone?" While Kalki, with just a glance, made his army get up again on seeing her. With a sharpened sword with intent to kill the barbarians and eager to battle, riding his horse and holding the sword firmly by the hilt in his hand, the Buddhists got scared. On seeing Kalki, with the bows clanging continuously and arrows raining, decorated with armor and gauntlets, the Buddhists got scared. On seeing Kalki wearing armor studded with golden rivets, looking like stars scattered on seeing Kalki wearing armor studded with golden rivets, looking like stars scattered on the dark clouds, and a crown also studded with rows of gems, the Buddhists got scared. On seeing Kalki, pleasant to the eyes of the beauties, abode of transcendental bliss, glaring with a hard glance capable of scattering the enemy, the Buddhists got scared. On seeing Kalki, the respite of happiness for his devotees, and having lotus feet, the blasphemous Buddhists were scared. The gods, who sustained themselves on sacrificial offerings, were extremely happy in heaven. May Kalki, pleased on finding an excellent army, next to none in annihilating the enemy, he who finds war to be a sport, who appears only to benefit the gentleman, reformer of his own people, provider of succor to all creatures, and granter of all wishes, bless you. See, I'm rushing it because I'm like, I just want to get through. I'm not enjoying it because of evil humans. Thus ends the 7th chapter of part 2 of Sri Kalki Purana about future happenings related to the Lord, entitled Mauditayuduto. Yeah, it doesn't matter, if you think you're a good person, if you're messing with my Sanskrit, you're automatically a criminal. It doesn't matter if you lived an excellent life, because God knows everything. God knows all the hidden things, and Sanskrit reveals all the hidden things. So if you're going against my Sanskrit, not only that person will die, their entire nation may die, because it has to do with the DNA. If a nation has violent DNA and more than like 90% of them have it, then God's looking for that nation. Okay, so today is the end of book 2. Sorry about my anger. I just, I don't even like being touched by humans. And the human vibration, it depends. There are intelligent human vibrations and there are unintelligent human vibration. This is not intelligent human vibration. This is unintelligent human vibration. And it messes with the Sanskrit. It makes the Sanskrit dirty. And that's not good. Okay. So it's Kalki conquers the Buddhists who oppose him. That's the title. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Just, like humans are, they don't know anything about God. They don't know, even the religious ones, they don't know anything about God. God is about feelings. God is about, how you respect another person. If you show him disrespect and ignorance, then your God is ignorant. and that God doesn't exist. That's a fake God. God is not ignorant. If your God is ignorant, that's a fake God. Anyway, Namaste. Thank you very much. Have a good day. I might do ASMR. The Arjuna Kalki ASMR is it's about 20 times more powerful than the Hare Krishna ASMR. So I'm gonna do that pretty soon. Sorry about my attitude. It just, I don't mix with humans. I keep telling humans I'm not human, but they never listen to me. They just want to touch all over you. They just want to get their energy all over you. They want to alpha over you. They want to be the alpha male because they feel threatened because he thinks he knows more. Let's show him he doesn't know more. So they interrupt me and I can't speak Sanskrit, and then the whole family dies. That's not good. That's really not good. So have a good day. Namaste.